going to be an even race to 5. We're going to bring the scoreboard up. Going to have Stephen Augustus, and he's playing. I like to pronounce all these last names, but Euryel Castillo. They're playing an even race to 5. We are at Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens, New York. Come on by. We got a long day today. It's going to be all pool, of course, and then tomorrow the pros move in. We got a full field of professional players that hung around from the Steinway Classic. It's going to be an amazing event. So if you're an amateur and your favorite player is playing, or you want to get autographs or pictures with them, now is your opportunity with the NYC Pool Championships coming here to Steinway. A lot of people are interested, and if you're just signing on just now, I just want to remind you that next year it's going to be $20,000 added. Dr. Michael Fedak letting Tony know, since it's sold out, since this one sold out in 2 weeks, as soon as the announcement was out there, I suggest you get over to NYCPoolChampionships.com website and start signing up for next year. All right, so it's 8-ball here, and you can notice we are using the template, and I didn't mention this. Let me mention Mr. Chris Renfro, Outsville, and the AccuRack. He was gracious enough to send up some racks, and that's what we're using. We're using the AccuRack right here. It looks like, let me get used to these angles again. Stephen looks like he's going to try to attempt to take the strike balls. Now, keep in mind, as you're watching this is the amateur side of the 8-ball tournament. I want to thank Black Billiards. You can see the logos around the screen, High Impact Tips. I'm Predator Q's, of course, and we try to thank everybody that gets on board to make pool happen, and these companies do it. I'm just got to get used to these angles. I left the angles pretty much set up for the professionals. So I might have to zoom out on this. This looks a little crooked, this one right here. It's a little crooked. I'm going to have to straighten that one out. I'll leave you guys with this one. Somebody must have bumped that camera on that angle. And I'll try to straighten that out. Give me a second, guys. Somebody must have bumped it. All right, let's see how it looks, even though he's not shooting to the side pocket. Looks level. All right. Very nice shot. Nicely struck right there. There's a lot of pressure on these amateur players. They realize that they're playing on the table where the professionals played on 2 days ago. Torsten Holman actually won the Steinway Classic right here in a champion style. He was down 5 games at one point early in the match. Then he was down at 4 games in the later part of the match and still come back to win in an alternate break format. That's like super difficult. But he'd done it. All right, so the 2-ball into the corner pocket. He'll have the 6 in the opposite corner. Well, it's called shot. Eight-ball rules. How do I stop the video from running on Facebook? I never tried that. I appreciate it if you guys would share the information so that others can find us. I put it out there on several social medias. I really didn't get a chance to put it out on all of them yet. I'm going to try to do some homework behind the scenes. You guys could kind of help out by sharing it. Steinway Billiards will be swamped. It is swamped now. It was swamped before 9 o'clock in the morning. But the players, they have the players come in on a schedule so that everybody doesn't come in all at once, you know. So they put them on a time schedule as far as their handicaps. So as we progress along with the championships, the better players come in at later times. Or, you know what I'm saying? They just go up the ladder in brackets. Different brackets come in at different times. Let's put it that way. There you go. I want to thank Joe for actually sharing the video. He is one of the sponsors on board with High Impact Tips. Thanks, Joe. I see people commented, but if I open it up, then I'm just using Hey, Sandy, I just opened up the video. Hi, Sandy. Matthew, you're quite welcome. You got it, Michael. Celeste, too bad you can't come to Vegas for the Moscone Cup. I hear you, Celeste. Big Al, my man, is in there. So it looks like Euryel is making quick work of this rack. He's got a very nice stroke about him. And it is now 1-0, as they say on the other side of the pond, in favor of, I hope I'm saying his name right, Euryel. It's an even race to 5. Mr. Michael Strasberg, good morning to you too, sir. I guess I'll see you guys a little bit later. Carol Hardy, good morning. Stephen Augusta leads here 1-0. I mean, Euryel. A lot of names to remember here. Mr. Michael Salerno. Good morning, sir. Pretty sporty he shot that rack right there, huh? Hey, Ada's in the house. My sidekick when she's around. Let's see what Steven can do here and bust them up. I tell you, he's got a nice little break there. The 8 maintained position in the rack, along with looks like the 14 ball. Or the 10. 14 ball. I'm sitting way away from the monitor. The monitor's about 8 feet away from me. Get it the way I want it, but He's got the side pocket right there for the 7 ball, and he can roll up and take care of that 2 right away. Thus far, trying to clear the top half of the table. Now the 1 ball, he's taking a look at it now. From my perspective here, doesn't look like it goes. He might have to elect to take that bank on the 1 ball, which isn't too bad. Oh, he's going. He's not even going to clear the 2 ball. Guys, I'm actually just going to. I don't know how to stop this video now on Facebook. They got so many updates. Let's see if I go back. But I want to move some of the comments over. Oh, I'm not on my page. I'm on another page. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hopefully we'll get all the comments that way. It's all a learning curve. Actually, I wanted to put it on the NYC Pool Championships page, and we just couldn't get it there. We tried everything. I think Facebook has to, once you accept that you have the rights to do that, it takes a little while for it to generate. This is a long shot. He's looking to play safe here. That's all Steven's looking to do, I believe. Yeah, he's ducking. It's not a bad shot. So Euryel is actually going to attempt to bank this 2 ball, cross side pocket. The 1 ball will help him if he hits it real bad, but he hit it long. Well, there goes the issue with those 2 balls that were locked up there. Maybe that's what Steven wanted him to do, to attempt to go for that bank and maybe force him to break those up. If that was his plan, it worked out just about right. Not me, saving my pennies to play 9 ball tomorrow. Okay, gotcha. That 14 ball, he's not in a position to take it out, but if he can get in that position and get that 14 ball away from that 8 ball, which is inside the Accu-Rack, the quicker the better. He might want to bump the 5. Oh, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's going around the 8 and back up. Watch that side pocket. Nice shot. I tell you, we stream the amateurs and we stream the pros. You know, shots like that come up where they jam the pockets, but I tell you what, they come up with some shots. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. I love it. That's going to be a scratch. And that's a bad thing to do by putting your stick in front of that cue ball. Let that cue ball drop. It only takes, you know, a second to go in the ball box and pick it up. That could be a major foul in a lot of tournaments. Jillian, good morning. I'll see you later on, I guess around 2:30. Smart move. Ball in hand. Take the 14, like I said, get it away from that. I would have John Lehman come over and take that Accu-Rack off. I've seen it in the professional classic where the cue ball was coming to rest and it just hit the edge of the Accu-Rack and moved over. Track different. It didn't do it this time, but get that Accu-Rack off there. All right. I guess lack of experience. Steinway Billiards, folks, is packed right now, and it's only going to get mobbed even more. Come on down, have some lunch, and sit in the booth. Steven, he had the out, too. He had the out. He's trailing by 1 already. And a race to 5. Letting your opponent back to the table. And this gentleman here, Euryel, he actually shot that last rack pretty sporty. And there's nothing really, there is no problems here. The 4 ball goes past the 9 ball, I believe. Let's get a little closer look at that. Yeah, the 4 ball goes past the 9. I'm going to zoom this camera in a little bit more, but you can see all the tables here are busy at Steinway. Hit that a little light. He can opt to go for the 1 ball if he can see it, but definitely cut this 4 ball if he's comfortable with it. And he can hit this 2 ways. He can hit this with a little reverse or a lot of reverse to hold the cue ball or go around the 1, 3 rails. He just rolled it. That could be trouble. Boy, not for him. I like taking a 1 out. The 1 is makeable. Tough shot, jacked up over the 1 like this. Wow, he stayed sturdy, and that's what you got to do. You got to stay like a statue. Stay strong. When you're shooting over a ball, stay solid. Eight ball in the corner for a 2-game lead in a race to 5 is pretty huge. There you have it, 2-0. I'm going to run down the list of the pros that'll be participating in tomorrow in just a sec. Just to give you a little idea, I mean, I'm sure you guys saw the posters already. Dominisos, I think he pronounces his name. I forget. I have a hard time with him. He's one of the Greek professionals. Alex Opov, Alex Pagalian's coming. Del Sims, Elvis Rodriguez, Fedor Gosh, Frankie Hernandez. Jalarel Youssef, another professional, good player. I seen him play the other day in a gambling match. Jimmy Rivera, Joey Korziak, Jonathan Smith, Maxine Dudenets, Michael Yetnik, Alex Kazakis, Mike Salerno, Abdul, all the way from Dubai, Nick Equinopoulos, Roland Garcia, another great player, Ryan Shue, another great player, Tony Robles, Torsten Holman, who won the Classic, and Ruslan Chinnikov. Full field of pros tomorrow. All right, 2-0, race to 5. I believe we call it the side pocket. Yeah, you undercut it. If Euryel is good at combination, I would suggest he takes this combination that's up table there and get that mess taken care of right away. That is the way to play 8-ball. I mean, you do have other clusters down below. You got some problems. But, I mean, you're right there, And the combo doesn't look too bad. He's electing. Oh, he's got solid. Oh, the table's still open. Oh, my bad, as they say. The table was still open. I didn't realize it. So Euryel, he takes solid balls right away. Good choice. Still got that mix of the stripes and solids in the middle of the table to deal with, but there's more solids open. And that's a scratch ball in hand. Good opportunity for Steven to take care of that little cluster up above, or some of these trouble balls down inside the rack. I like leaving the ones that are in the rack right now, or at least take one out of the rack. Let's take one of them out of the rack. It looks like the 9 might pass the 10, which it does. The 15 ball is the only trouble ball that he has down here towards the rack. As you can see, the 9 ball goes in the corner where the 10 is, and it also goes in the side pocket. It's the 15 ball that's a little troublesome. Of course, the 2's got it blocked there. 15 might go in the right side pocket, but that's like pinpoint position at this level. So he's going to play the 13 ball in the corner there. He's probably going to roll it and just let the cue ball reside somewhere up table where he can have the shot on the next stripe, which is the 14 up there. He actually overhit this. Wow. If he didn't overhit it, then he shot a real good shot. I thought he would take out that 10 or 14 ball up at the other. Looks like the 14 up the other side of the table. I guess he doesn't like that. Well, the 9 ball did go, Steven. He might opt to take that now. And he'll break the 5 out. The problem is, watch you don't lock that 8 ball up if you make this and you want to get out. Wow, he had it for the corner and he failed to do so. It's not too bad of a leave here, I don't believe. Oh, the 2 ball's open. All right. So it looks like it's going to be 2-3. If he gets a little high on the 3 or a little low, he still has the 1 ball there. Then he can navigate the cue ball down for the 4-6. Shot. I like the way, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Euryel. I like the way he strokes the ball and the way he hits it. He doesn't hit it hard. He just gets it there. He knows the speed it takes to get to the pocket. I don't agree with rolling the balls, but he's hitting them at a nice rate. And, of course, when Upstate says that, he's got to hit the point, right? All right, let's take this 9 ball up in the corner there, or the 12 ball, whatever's up there. 9 ball, let's get that out of there. You can spin it. The 15 does have a pocket, which is down by the rack. You can see the 15 goes into that side pocket. And it might even go in the upper corner. Now, he can spin this 9 ball if he elects to do so, but you got to hit it slow. And sometimes when you hit it slow, the spin starts to curve the cue ball, and you could hit too much of the 9. Hit it good. I would take the 10 out here, and this way here you can get the cue ball all the way down table. If he elects to go 2 rails to the left or the right, he's going to have a shot. As long as you come all the way down. He's coming to the left side. Oh, he went to the right side, and he caught the point. And possibly still has a shot on the 10 ball. The problem is going to be is that looks like the 15 ball there, which is actually cuttable into this corner, as we can see. Ultimately, he would love to hold this cue ball, but I don't think he's going to be able to hold the cue ball down table. But he's trying. He is definitely trying. That was tough. Boy, oh boy. And there's the Accurac come into play. As you notice, the cue ball fell into the Accurac and rocked. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Tara. What's up? Hope everything is going your way, Chuck. Brian, good morning from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Amanda Thorpe, good morning. Tara. Well, this is going to be pretty hard to do on this skill level. I don't know if he has enough of the 15 where he can come off the 15 and kind of carry him into the, looks like the 10 ball sitting in the corner there and possibly make the 10. Or can he spin to the long rail above the 10 ball with a lot of spin? If that 10 is that far in the shelf, he might be able to pocket it that way. Good morning, Joe DeVito. Daniel, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Another tournament this weekend, $15,000 added, and I see some people that are actually making comments on Facebook. I don't see them all because I just got a little, I don't know. I'm not running the video on a separate device, just looking at the comments. I just want to remind, he's playing the carom. It looks like he is going to try it. Wow, he cut that right in the pocket. Yo, where did that come from? Beautiful shot. Now he's got to play rail first, and this isn't bad. But it's a hard shot if you're not 8'5" as far as tall, because the cue ball's in the middle of the table in which he's going to kick. Martial artist over here. Go for it. The good thing about it is he's going to hit this 10 ball, and the cue ball's going to squirt up table along the right long rail if he hits it good enough. And he'll have a shot on the 8. Just don't overhit this. You can wind up in God's country. And that's where he's going. He's going up there to visit the burning bush way up table, and now no shot. That shot there, every time the cue ball comes off of that object ball, it picks up momentum and spin. And when it hits that, either the second rail or the first rail after coming in contact, it's generating speed. And there's what you see right there. If he would have hit a little slower, he would have had a shot for the 8 ball in the side pocket or the corner. What is he doing? Maybe just going to cause trouble and roll it. Or is he cross-banking it? He cross-banked it. Wow. Steven's coming out with some shots. And if he can snug this cue ball up to that 4, it would be perfect. That isn't too bad. Not too bad at all. Does the 5 go past the 6? He might have enough. From here, it looks like it's real close. Why not just play safe? Come off the 5 and leave the cue ball right where his hand is over the table. Spin the cue ball. And then Steven has no, he'll have a vision on the 8, but he won't have no easy pocket. If he plays safety, there is a secondary shot in your repertoire when you're playing this game. So either come off the 4 and spin the cue ball up table. There's a few ways of doing this. He's just going to put the cue ball towards the left side of the table here, I believe. No, he's bringing it way up table. He's found the pocket. That's what he's found. Wow, ball in hand on the 8 ball. You couldn't wish for anything else at this point. You're down 2-0, you get ball in hand on the 8. That's like Christmas. And you can't sleep. All right, 2-1. I'm liking it. It's a race to 5. It's even. Let me zoom that camera in a little bit more. Be right back, 2 seconds. It's not you shaking at home. We're not having an earthquake. It's just me. I adjusted one of the camera brackets on the ceiling to get a little close up on the rack. I tell you what, Steven breaks them pretty good. Look at this spread here. So it's not take what you make, but sometimes what you make is what you really want to take. Well, this shut up, Sarah. I mean, Tara. I miss you too, Tara. Folks, that's an inside joke. Leather shoes. Christmas 8.5. Don't try to figure it out. You might hurt yourself. Oh, talking about where Upstate's going to be. We're going to be down in Virginia for the U.S. International Mr. Pat Fleming's tournament. Giving a helping hand to Mr. Fleming. And then after that, we'll be bringing you to Shane Van Boning in the Dennis Acolo match. Race to 120 from Sterling, Virginia. Gloria Jean. Just saying, play well. And a big hello. Congrats to all who plays. Good morning, Gloria Jean, or good afternoon. I don't even know what time it is. I believe he pronounces his name Euryel. Is that like Jor-El from Superman, the father? Euryel. Euryel Castillo. Got John Lehman here, who actually walks around with a translator contraption, which is real sharp to do. John, he bumps into, players from around the world that don't even speak English. So when they talk to John, he's got this little built-in chip that goes in his ear, and whatever language they're speaking, he understands it. It translates to English. Pretty sharp. When you become Hollywood status like John Lehman, you tend to get these little perks. You look for things that'll help you out. Gloria Jean, my dream is to one day enter a big tourney like this. Would like to see you, Celeste. Big shout out to John Lehman. He's awesome. Thanks, Celeste. He's sitting right here. He gets a few minutes break. The union says he's got to take a half-hour break every 15 minutes. Yeah, Tara, it's actually awesome. Yeah, you do need it. Send John Lehman a private message, or if you want, I'll try to get the model number and I'll private message it to it. The thing is awesome, really awesome. We had somebody speaking Russian into it. We had somebody speaking Japanese into it. I mean, it's just awesome. And you want to know something else? When you talk, once they talk in their language, and you talk back to them, it'll actually verbally, with a little speaker, speak back to them, translating it back into their language. It's awesome, awesome. And all done by Bluetooth. I think I have to get one too. I believe it's like $90, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, back at the ranch here, Euryel, John said Euryel. I don't know. Euryel is on the 8-ball, and man, can this guy shoot straight or what? 3-1, that quick as we were just shooting the breeze. Are you going to send them a private message, or do you want me to? try to get the model number for you. It works Bluetooth to your phone. Oh, you know what? I started this to talk about this, and I neglected to talk about something else. Okay, you're going to message him. Is Jason Shore in it? Actually, Jason Shore actually called up to see if he can get in it. And if there's any cancellations, Jason will be playing in it. He's actually on the waiting list, being that the field is full already. And I think we might have one cancellation. I'm not sure. Don't take my word for it. But I think we might have one cancellation. I just got a little bit of inside information. What I was saying was a lot of folks are watching right now that didn't hear this statement before from myself or Tony Robles. This tournament sold out in 2 weeks once the announcement was made and we put it out there. Next year, instead of $15,000 added, Dr. Michael Fedak and his lovely wife want to add $20,000. So it'll be $20,000 added next year. Okay, I'm telling you now. Get in touch with Tony or Gail. Go over to nycpoolchampionships.page, get on their email list, or tell them that you want to play next year, because this is going to sell out. As soon as it gets closer to the next year's date, it's going to sell out that quick. So you might want to get over there and see if you can get in touch with Tony or Gail and tell them you want to play next year and you want to make sure you're in ahead of time. And that's the right thing to do for this tournament. Six ball does pass to 10 here. Very nice. I like the touch that he's starting to play with. You know, sometimes when you realize that your opponent is starting to not run away with it, but when it's 3-1, you know, well, let's see, I'm 4 games away from winning this. He's 2. You know, it kind of puts the bug in you to say, hey, it's time for me to settle down. And it looks like Steven's in total focus right here. Now, since I said this, usually on the easier shots, they miss him. And this is fairly easy. He's got to finesse this cue ball. If you hit this cue ball hard, you're going to hit the 11. You want to hit it slow with some bottom left-hand English and get underneath the 4. Hit it a little firm, and he's still, well, he's kind of on the 50-yard line here. He's looking at the direction of the cue ball. Now, if you draw this ball, he's going to bump this 8 into a bad position. He's going to bump this 8. Watch this. If he goes forward and really puts a nice stroke on this, he'll probably miss the 8, but watch the cue ball here. Wow, he just went right by it. Nicely struck, and the shot. 8 ball into the corner pocket. And that'll give Steven one more edge and get a little bit closer to... yeah, Euryel, I don't know. They got me mixed up. Too many names. The next wave of players will be coming in around noon, and then another wave will be coming in around 2. The beginning wave will probably have 2 losses under their belts. Some of them will be knocked out within a few hours. Thus far, opening tables for the next brackets. Right to the break, we're going to go. Score is 3-2. Stephen Augustus trailing by 1. Steinway Billiards, Astoria, Queens, New York. And he pockets a solid. Table is still open. I like the stripes just from a quick look, but both of them look okay. I don't know. I like cutting this. What is it? The 14 ball. I like back cutting this 14 ball in the corner. I guess that's what he likes too. Shot. He was looking at the direction of the cue ball, coming in contact with that 13. He still has the shot. When you start working this cue ball up and down table, if you don't know how to maneuver that in between the other balls, you're going to wind up getting in trouble sooner or later. So you got to be real careful, Stephen, at this level. You know, going back and forth, it's just playing with fire, let's say, if you can't maneuver the cue ball around things. He's got the shot. He's shaking his head like, I guess because he's nestled up against the 9 ball, but looks like he can cue enough of this cue ball to be comfortable in making his 12. And he can go around the 1 and still have the shot. Looks like the 15 ball on the side. Just like that. Now he's got a couple options. You know, he can elect to take the 9 ball after this 15 ball, or go forward and roll up and then take the 11. Or is that the 15 up table? We'll take a better look at this. Yeah, that's the 15 up table. That's the, see if we get a close up. Looks like the 9 and the 12 on that side. Or the 13. So he can take this 13 ball out, and it looks like he's got enough angle to play off this 13 and go to the rail and play the 11 ball in the upper left-hand corner. Or he can accept the 9. I kind of still like taking the 11 out from this position, because the cue ball direction is actually going to be favoring towards the left side of the table. Now, he could pinch draw this and go between the 4 and the 5 and then have the 15 in the upper right-hand corner. But don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. You'll be in trouble. Nice shot. Very nice shot. Now he's got his choice to get out. The 8 ball goes in maybe 4 of the pockets out of the 6. Shooting for big bucks here at Steinway, and that's why it sells out quick. I don't know. I think this is probably the worst position to be in, to come down and shoot this 8 ball. He could have been just about anywhere else. As you can see, he can't get past the 7 ball to shoot it in this corner. He would like to be on the left side of the table coming down. So he's going to back cut this and try to drag this cue ball. I don't like it. Unless he gets real low. And wow, he was coming down way low. See, from this position here, I don't believe he can pocket this 8. And he knows it. You can see the look on his face. So it's time to duck. My dude playing strong. Who is that? Let's see who Gino Harris is. From Delaware. Marco Daniels in the house from East Rutherford, New Jersey. Comes down. I haven't seen him in a while. He's trying to stay skinny. He stays away from me because we go dino hunting. A lot of people go out for bear and deer. We go dino hunting. I said a lot of people go hunting for bears and deer. We go dino hunting. We dress up. We dress up in camouflage. All right. Well, that's what I was talking about. Where that 8-ball was tough. You know, being on that side of the table, you wanted to favor the left side or underneath it, and he was initially trying to come underneath it, but nevertheless, I'm going to say Euryel's up at bat here, and he shoots a pretty good stick, and I know he's listening to Stephen Augusta coming up behind them because at 3-2, it's a little too close for comfort. You know, you're leading 3-1, and you're saying to yourself, well, I got him by 2 games. But now, Euryel, I don't know, Euryel. I'll get used to it sooner or later. Yeah, that was definitely a tough shot, without a doubt. Gino Harris, my man. All right, so, you know, again, we go back to the basics of 8-ball. Try to clear the bottom half of the table or the top half if you can, when feasible. And he's got the shot on the 1. So let's take the 1, the 4, and then let's go uptown and we'll take the 2 and the either 5 or the 7 up there. The 3. See it from that angle. He's going to go that way. He's got to make sure he makes this, or else he leaves a shot on this 8-ball. He rolled it, and he rolled it good. Now he's got to come with it. He's got to come with a shot here. Irwin's here, the great photographer. Hit this with some right-hand, extreme right-hand English to get the cue ball in position for the 1. Oh, he had enough angle to do this. Did he get there? Sure did. That shot. Let's get the bridge out. Now you want to bump this 4-ball. You know, you want to draw off of this 1 ball and bump the 4 ball and push it towards the left-hand corner pocket. Oh, you didn't have to. Nice shot. And he does have the angle just to slide up and shoot the 8-ball in the same pocket. He can either go around it or slide up. Used a little bit of a draw. He still has the shot, though. Corner pocket, cold. Watch the cue ball. Good shot. Euryel on the hill. 4-2. Listen, man, you got no excuse for not being here. You have to have your priorities right. You play pool, you don't work. You play pool first. I'm joking. 20,000 added next year. Get on it. Get the days off. All right, he's made a stripe. And he's got the table open. You got the 6 tied up in the rack with another stripe. I kind of like the stripe balls because the 10 ball blocks the 2 from being pocketed. Looks like you got the 15 blocking the 2 from going in the other way. I kind of have to favor the stripes in this rack. Slow. Solve. Could have hit it a little firm to get the cue ball away from that rail just a little bit more so you can have more options to see. Now he has to jack up. This is missable if he fires it. See it? That's what happens when you get the cue ball a little bit too close to the rail. You want that cue ball off the rail when possible so you have more options to use what kind of English. So Stephen Augustus, his back is against the hill as he is at 2 and his opponent's at 4 on the hill. Listen, man.
All right, this is John Lehman sitting in for a couple minutes on this Hill game. Al had to take a quick break. He'll be back in a few minutes. Stephen Augustus is at the table. Playing a tight shot down the bottom rail on a solid. He's going behind his back. And he leaves the cue out in the middle of the table for Euryel. Well, they had a little trouble getting the rack off the table there, but it looks like they got that all cleared up. Rack's off the table, Euryel's at the table, and he is on the hill. Playing the ball in the corner pocket. Looks like he's played to play the next ball in the side. And he should roll up to play the next ball in the opposite corner. This is one of my favorite tournaments of the year. We are always sold out. A lot of the great area league players and tournament players from the area for this. It's always so much fun to do. Stephen is back at the table. And looks like Al has arrived back.
All right. thanks to John Lehman sitting in there giving me a little bit of a nitcher just to get out. Okay. Let's see. What did I miss here? I guess Steven's shooting his solids here. This shot requires a lot of speed. You got to go 3 rails long. Short rail at the bottom, the right long. Oh, he elected to go 2 rails, and I kind of like that. I thought he was going to go long and go all the way up and then back up on top of the 2. That's beautiful. What a shot. That's like a professional shot right there. He's got a nice little stroke about him. So he spun it with left-hand English a lot and wound up taking a 2-rail position. Very nice. I thought he would have to go all the way out long. Now this you could either let your stroke out or get to the right side of the 8 ball. You can either shoot it in the bottom left or the right. I don't know how Steven is going to attempt this. Ooh, that's the last thing you wanted to do. The last thing you wanted to do. Now, to play safety. He can bump this. You know what you do? Roll this and bounce the 8 ball up about 4 inches and leave the cue ball on the rail. You want to block that corner pocket ball from being pocketed up in the left-hand corner there. So just bump this 8 enough where it's going to block the cue ball from getting that corner stripe ball in. Check. Then you call check. Oh, did he call the right-hand corner? Is he attempting to cut this? He could scratch here. Capo. And again, the 8 ball is in a bad position for Steven, even though it looks like he kind of got to a position where it is a hard shot for, I'm going to call him Euryel. Well, he's got this. He's got the 11 ball, so I thought that was lower on the rail, but he can make this, and he can come down for the 12. He should be out. He should be out here. He should win the match from here. I mean, the way he's been shooting, both of them have been shooting extremely well. Well, he's not going to attempt to make it. He's just going to bump this. Ooh. Does that 8 ball cross bank into the bottom corner? No. And Euryel might have saw that already, realizing that it doesn't. If I'm Steven, I have to go for this world championship shot here. I have to shoot this shot down the bottom right-hand corner. You got to go for it. I mean, Danny DiLiberto once said that you can't play safe all the time. You got to shoot, and this is a hard shot. I don't know any players that like this shot here, but it's makeable. Just cut it. It's a nice shot. You got to come with it. Steven hit it with bad speed right there. You want to hit the 8 ball with enough speed to reach, at least hang around the pocket that you're aiming at, so that the next time the opportunity, if you get another opportunity up, the 8 ball sort of hanger, you know, it's like right there in the pocket. But, you know, it's still out there. The 8 ball is still out there. So we're looking at ball in hand. I like taking this one right here. Perfect. Pinch it back, unless it goes past the 8. If the other stripe goes past the 8, which it does, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's your choice here. It's just I don't like shooting this one now, but you know you could. This is multiple patterns he could have used on those last 3 balls. I don't know about this. He wants to go after the 15 first. You don't have to get good on this. I mean, it was an easy enough shot to roll it for the side pocket, but he should have took that 12 ball out first, then the hanger, and then been in this position for the 8. Now he's got to come with a shot. He's got to come with a shot, and that's what happens. He elected to take the wrong pattern out of those 3 balls there. For some reason, he didn't like the 15. I mean, he didn't like to take that 12 ball out first before the 15. That was a costly mistake. Looks like Steven's going to put another one up on the bead here, and it'll be 4-3 instead of 5-2 for the win. That's a big game. That kind of puts the heat on Euryel. These guys are terrible. Where are you, Matt? How come you're not here? This guy just won a game while you're sitting there watching. Why don't you get down here, Matt? Why don't you do that and participate a little bit? Now, this is only the beginning of the tournament, by the way. We got the world champions playing in this tournament also. A full field of world champions. You got action. Come on down. Comments like that I don't appreciate. You know, they're not the best players. They're an amateur side of the field. But they're here, man. These guys got here at 8 o'clock in the morning, you know. Got here real early. The place was packed, and they're in the tournament. So with that, those 3 balls that were left there and those stripes was pretty easy to get out, and Euryel couldn't figure out. Well, he figured it out, but he just couldn't get the cue ball in the right position from what he wanted to do. You know, sometimes like those hangers, that 15 ball that was in the upper corner, they're easy shots, but the reaction of the cue ball coming off, if you don't know exactly what's going to happen, it could be costly. Hey, Junior Ricardo, my man, steel worker right there, folks. That's the guy that walks on steel beams at 110 stories up in the air. What's up, June? He can build you a bridge. Here we go, Steven, about to break. He's got to build a bridge here to at least get one more game to make this a hill match and make Upstate happy. Boom. He's got him. Looks like we're going to have Mr. Hopeless come in. Tony Robles, number 4, Tone.
Am I on? I'm on.
You're on, brother.
How's it going, bud?
Good. You know, I was telling everybody that the beginning of this tournament was sold out in 2 weeks right after the announcements. And now that there's 20,000 added.
Next year.
Yeah, I think they should start signing up right now.
Yeah, well, you know, some people ask me that, and I told them the reason why we can't do that is because we always have the Scotch doubles version of this tournament in August.
So?
And we don't want to we want to keep the money from that tournament separate from the other one. And then the other problem we run into is if we take entries ahead of time now and we have 50 people drop out, we have to refund their money. And when you refund their money, let's say through PayPal, they lose the fee. They lose the fee.
They don't know what they're going to be doing next year on the dates, Columbus Day?
Yeah, so...
Yeah. My boy Vinny in the building. What up, buddy?
We're going to do everything possible, like always, we did it this year. We announced it. And I think a lot of people learned their lesson when they saw that we were serious. I told them it's probably going to sell out in 2 weeks this year because more money added.
Did you ever think about having the tournament in 2 pool rooms at the same time? Or you're going to rent the hotel and then let's put 100 tables in there?
I would love that. But listen, with Dr. Michael Fielek, you never know. You know, if he decides to go... continue to raise it every year, it could end up turning into something like that.
God bless him,
you know?
Yep.
But 20,000 is nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. I'll make it a little bit bigger.
want to say hi to everyone in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the tournament. And we're very excited about this one. And tomorrow, too, we're going to have a hell of a field for the pro event.
Yeah, full field. I was explaining to everybody.
We have a full field of 24 so far.
Come on down, guys. It's going to be some show. Now, I understand Jason Shore he's trying to get in because he really doesn't have to leave until next weekend for the Swamp.
That's not true. What happened is we tried to get Jason to play along with Chris Melling.
Yeah.
But Jason really wants to go fishing.
Oh, he's going fishing.
Chris wanted to play.
Well, he called somebody that we know yesterday, and he wants to play. So I don't know if Sean's working or not, or somebody.
Who, Sean Morgan?
Yeah.
Someone already took his spot.
Somebody took his spot.
Yeah.
So we got a phone call yesterday. Maybe it's getting a little too cold to go fishing.
Yeah, I tried to talk him into it, and he didn't want to do it. And Chris wouldn't play unless Jason played because they're traveling together.
Yeah.
But some of the names that we have for tomorrow, we have Damianos, right?
Yeah.
We have Alex Pagulayan. We have Fedor Gorst, who just finished second in the Steinway Classic.
Great player.
Hunter Lombardo, Jalal Youssef, one hell of a player.
Man, I seen him gambling last night or night before. Man, I never seen somebody shoot that straight.
The great Jimmy Rivera.
Jimmy Rivera, yeah. Jimmy who?
Jimmy, yeah. Joey Korziak is going to play. Jonathan Smith, Michael Yednak, Maxim Dudanets, Fedor Gorst's role partner. Another champion, Alex Kazakis.
Who just come off a big Euro win.
Mike Salerno, Abdullah Mohammed, Nick Economopoulos.
Yes.
Another great champion from Greece.
I think that we just got to call him Nicky.
Yeah.
You know?
And Roland Garcia, the new Philippine sensation. He's playing. Ryan Su, one of the top Taiwanese players.
Nice. Great players, man.
Julio Burgos from Puerto Rico.
Yeah, you guys are in for a big showing tomorrow.
Of course, what would the tournament be without Tony Hopeless?
Tony's in it. Tony Robles.
And our champion from Steinway, the Steinway Classic, Thorsten Homan.
Wow.
And Ruslan Chinahov.
Yes, another Russian player.
So we're going to have quite the field tomorrow.
That's going to be exciting. I hope you guys are excited. You know, I suggest you come down here. They got the arena set up, and you guys can sit around the edge, enjoy your coffee, enjoy your meal, and sit right up close in front.
Hey, I want to say hi to Robert Charles Darden. I miss you, buddy. I hope to see you soon. Hi to Gino Harris, Mike Strasburg, and my boy Vinny Cresimano. And also my brother Joe DeVito, who got out of the hospital last night.
He's watching.
So
yeah, he's watching.
I'm very happy
I didn't
to
know
see
he was
him
in the hospital.
Yeah. I announced it yesterday during the final match. You weren't here. You weren't. But he's doing well.
Yesterday
He's doing
during
well.
the finals?
Mm-hmm.
What, you had a tournament here yesterday?
I mean, Thursday, the final.
Oh.
That's what happens when you work every day,
was
right?
that?
The Steinway Classic.
Well, I was
Final.
here. I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
Get well, Joey.
So how many people we got watching now?
Well, we're going to refresh this, and we'll see.
Steve,
121 this early in the morning.
nice, that's great. Well, you know, Stephen Augustus just won the Sportsmanship Award for my National Amateur Pool League team.
That I heard.
So,
that I heard this morning.
I told him no pressure if you miss a ball and you feel like banging your cue.
He's a very relaxed player.
Yeah, he is. He's a good kid.
And he shoots, I'll tell you what, he shoots good. Then he gets carried away with the English a little bit. But I'll tell you what, that pocket up there has been giving him trouble all match long. And then they played pretty even reached the 5. Looks like they're taking a quick break. So we'll go up with the other camera, give you guys something to watch, and I'll take a break with them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's got to pay the meter. They both got to pay the meter. Wow. It's a meter time. New York needs their revenue.
Yeah. Well, you know, at some point they started charging meters on Sunday. And
Not here.
Oh no, they did. This was
Here?
This was about 3 years ago.
Not here, front.
I'm sorry, it was more than 3 years ago. It was when Bloomberg was the mayor.
Yeah.
And so many people got upset with that and they started rallying, and they said, you're calling it, they called it the church tax or something like that. And so they fought it and they won, and they had to go back to not charging meters on Sunday
Let me
anymore.
tell
But it
you
was
something.
ridiculous.
When I was a kid, and when you were a kid, any holiday that was recognized, you didn't have to pay the meter.
Yeah,
Well, you do have to pay the meter out here on a holiday.
yeah,
Brutal.
yeah. On
Brutal.
Columbus Day.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
brutal.
I couldn't believe that. It was.
Let me see where they went.
Good morning, Chuck Alley. How are you, brother? Looking forward to seeing you at the Earl Strickland match next Friday. Well, we're taking a quick break here. Upstate Al's going to go outside for a quick break. Want to welcome everyone to the 2019 NYC 8-Ball Championships. We're very excited about having this championship this year. This is sponsored by Dr. Michael Fedak, along with Predator Q's and Black Billiards. And Dr. Michael Fedak, what can we say about him for what he's done with our event? He came on board like 4 years ago and said, I'm going to become a sponsor for this event. I like the way you guys run this event. And he went from 3,000 at it to 5,000 to 8,000 to 13 last year, and now 15 this year. And he just announced, I just announced earlier that he's going to add 20,000 next year. So we're super excited. And it's just I can't thank him and Marilyn Fedak enough. It's absolutely phenomenal, the support that we've gotten from them. Looks like Mac Jankov just defeated Julie Madliner on table number 9. So I'm sure they're going to announce a match there soon. And Joe Straussner, how are you, buddy? Good to see you in the chat. Celeste. Millie Perez, looking forward to seeing you at 2:30 for the women's leisure. I'm happy you're playing. Joe Strasner, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. So this morning at 9 a.m. we started the men's leisure along with the mixed open. Men's leisure consists of DD plus players, and the mixed open consists of CC plus players. At 3 p.m., we have the other two divisions starting, which is the women's leisure and the mixed advance. The women's leisure consists of DD plus players, and the mixed advance B plus players. And once we get down to the final 8 or 6, depending on the division, depending how many players we have, how many spots we're paying, they'll be done for the night. Come back tomorrow to finish those 4 events. And then tomorrow we start the Mixed Masters, which is from A to A++. And then the Grand Masters, which is the open event, the pro event that all the pros that whose names I announced earlier. So we're looking forward to a stellar event all around. And again, we want to thank all the sponsors involved, Steinway Billiards, their staff, and you guys and gals for tuning in. We're having a blast here, and we expect to have a lot more in the next couple of days. Johnny Martin from Texas, thank you for tuning in, buddy. We appreciate it. So we have a pretty tight match here between Stephen Augustus and Euryel Castillo. Obviously, Euryel is on the hill. This is a race to 5. And then this is a first-round match for the advanced division. I mean, for the mixed open division. There are race to 6 from the second round on, as long as you remain on the winner's side. But for the first round only, it's a race to 5. We actually had a couple of players that showed up earlier today who were playing the women's leisure and the mixed advanced. And I'm looking at them and I say, you know your tournament doesn't start until 3 p.m., right? So they're here super early. So just goes to show how badly people want to play in this event. It really is a stellar event. Eric Lacey, Tony, who is Earl playing next week at Amsterdam Billiards. Amsterdam Billiards, I am the official house pro, have been for Amsterdam Billiards for over 20 years. And once a year, they have me play an exhibition match. So last year I played an exhibition match in October against Efren Reyes. And this year I will be playing against Earl this coming Friday, October 25th at Amsterdam. It's going to be free admission to Amsterdam Billiards, and they're working very hard to try to get a live stream for that as well. So we're going to basically play 9-ball race to 15 exhibition match, and then after that we're going to play against some of the spectators. L.A. Holmesy, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Julian Tierney, I guess you just woke up, buddy, but I know you're going to be here by 2:30, I guess. And Eddie Coombs, looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, buddy. So that was a nice shot by Euryel, but he might have gotten a little straight on the 14 here. This is a tough shot because he would need to draw here, possibly from where a little further than where he's at right now, so he can get a little straighter on the 9, so he doesn't have to worry about killing the cue ball too much for the 8 in the side. I would never consider shooting the 9-ball. I'm assuming that's a 9-ball. It might be the 12 or the 11. Can you show me which ball is that by the rail?
Sure.
There you go. See, yeah, they look just like I said. He drew it a little further.
Focus here.
Yeah, a little further. There you go.
12 ball.
Than where he was at, and he did a good job there. Tara Donino, how are you? We miss you, sweetheart. I hope that you're enjoying your new home in Prague.
Wow, nice shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Kind of banked it in, but, he hit it at the correct speed.
For the win right here.
Yeah.
There it is, 5-3.
5-3 in favor of Euryel Castillo.
Euryel.
I'm going to go and check out which is the next match that we're going to put on. And G-Note Harris, I know you'll take the 6 and out, buddy, but, man, lately I've been Tony Hopeless, not Tony Robles. So I'll take all the weight I can get, pal.